A compilation of 20 great films depicting encounters with killer bears and Bigfoot. Films are in alphabetical order from 20 and counting down. Number 20. Abominable. A man crippled in a climbing accident where he lost his wife returns to the cabin for therapy near to where the tragedy took place. Sitting in his wheelchair at the window, he notices a huge hairy bipedal creature and later watches it killing one of the girls vacating in a nearby cabin. Of course nobody believes him and the creature goes on a killing spree. Local hunters led by Lance Henriksen add to the mix, but the hunters soon become the hunted. Has its scary moments, especially binoculars seen at the window. That takes us to another reason why people camp in the Pacific Northwest. To find Bigfoot, so far a mythical giant hairy humanoid creature. Over the years, thousands have came forward claiming to have seen the Sasquatch. Hundreds of photos and plaster casts of giant footprints have been taken. But science refuses to accept its existence until concrete proof is found. So, pictures like this are classified as hoaxes. Number 19. Backcountry. When a couple get lost in the Canadian wilderness, they've ventured into the territory of a relentless killer black bear. Stunning backwoods scenery and plenty of tension in this bear thriller. When we hear of bear attacks amidst national parks, we always think grizzly simply because of their sheer bulk and size. But if you ever do get a glorious chance to camp out in the US forestry regions, then park rangers will tell you, beware the black bears. Only half the size of the grizzly but can be much more daring and aggressive. Each year more are attacked by black bears than any other animal. Number 18. Bear. Two couples inside a vehicle are menaced by a grizzly bear. They eventually shoot it dead, but its huge mate is soon out for revenge. Don't expect a lot of running into scenic mountains and things like that. Most of the action centres around about the wreck of their car in one isolated spot. More dialogue than action, but it still entertains. Bears don't keep mates. Big adult males are gone after the mating season. Number 17. The bear. Enjoyable docu-style adventure of an orphan cub who befriends a huge male for protection against the elements and bear hunters in the territory. The cougar scene is memorable where the huge grizzly comes to the cub's rescue. Another unlikely but satisfying scene is when it sneaks up on one of the hunters. It gives him a roaring warning to back off. In other words, telling him it could kill him right now. It gives the hunter a change of heart even though the bear was in his gun sights. It's more of a kids movie, everybody is happy there. If a huge grizzly ever got that close to a man that was hunting it, then that man is a dead man. Bears don't give final warnings in those circumstances. Finally, in the real world, a huge male would have killed and eaten the cub. Number 16. Bigfoot. The legend alive. A rock concert being held in a small backwoods town is not to everyone's taste. The noise invokes the wrath of an extraordinary sized Bigfoot. It's soon in a rampage and a killing spree. With rock legend Alice Cooper making all that noise, I ain't surprised. Question is, where has a thing that size hid all these years? Number 15. Bigfoot at Mill Creek. 3 students from California to the wilds of Utah researching into Bigfoot. Here we have a weird guy and a badly injured woman they bump into. When one of the 3 then vanishes, panic takes over, the guy is dead. We don't actually see a Bigfoot, but we do hear something growling. The couple that's left soon become irrational, especially the terrified female. A rather confusing climax sees the badly injured woman reappear. We think something was behind her. There, the film came to its ending. An infectious movie, but it does take its time getting to the actual forest. So, did the Bigfoot kill them, or did they simply terrify themselves to death? Hollywood horror has turned this unknown creature into a terrifying monster. People who go hunting it know this fact, but it's an adventure of a lifetime. A macho type adrenaline rush to brag that you've been in Bigfoot country. But come the dark, the forest can look so intimidatingly different. You lose it in the dark, that fear and hysteria can endanger everyone. In that environment and knowing why you're there, any negative doubts you had on its actual existence can so easily erupt into the ultimate nightmare. Every noise you hear is now a terrifying Bigfoot. You're compelled to run, and that is what panic's arrest. This is what you can run into in the dark. Blind panic is a certified killer. That dark forest can kill you a lot quicker than this guy. Number 14. The Edge. After a plane crash, 2 men become lost in the frozen Alaskan wilderness. They are soon hunted by a relentless huge man-eating grizzly. It's only a matter of time before it catches up with them. They must find a way of killing the huge predator before it kills them. One of the more noted bear thrillers, and it's quite simply one of the best. With Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin starring, it's bound to be better than average. Number 13. Exists. 5 friends go on a vacation to a remote log cabin in the Texas Big Thicket. After a run-in with an unknown creature, they realise they've trespassed on an entire family of unfriendly Bigfoot's territory. When members of both sides are killed, the survivors call a truce. Pretty violent and scary in places, but one of the better Bigfoot thrillers. One I've watched over, which is more than I can say about other Bigfoot nonsense features. Number 12. Grizzly. A gigantic 15 feet killer grizzly terrorises a national park. A huge hit in this day, it led the path to future killer bear thrillers. The iconic poster with the woman being mauled while showering in the waterfall actually exaggerates the disappointing scene in the movie, like the film Jaws. The opening scene of the shark rising from the depths to take the late night swimmer. Like this film, we don't actually see the predator. Like Jaws, it makes up for it in other memorable attacks. Number 11. Grizzly Man. A docu-film of bear activist Timothy Treadwell, who lived with wild bears until he and his girlfriend Amy Huguenard were attacked and eaten by a huge grizzly. Timothy got up close and personal with his subjects, which many thought was wrong and totally irresponsible. The bear that killed him was a rogue bear unknown to Timothy. In a tragic true story, he lived how he died among his bears. Still, it's remarkable how close the bears allowed him to be. The bears must have sensed something. He could get close to bears with cubs. Experts believed it was only a matter of time before his luck ran out. In October 2003 saw the sad demise of the Grizzly Man. Number 10. Grizzly Rage. When 4 graduate students head off into the wilds, they accidentally run over and kill a grizzly bear cub. Its huge, mutant, angry mother is soon out for revenge. Nothing new in this run-of-the-mill bear thriller, except maybe its mutation from drinking out of a toxic, waste-laden lake. Similar to the thriller Prophecy in 1979 with another huge mutated killer bear. Number 9. Hunting Grounds. A father and son, along with 2 friends, arrive at a log cabin for the weekend. Their hunting trip deep in the forest soon sees them as the prey. They have strayed into the territory of a family of terrifying Bigfoots. A very familiar plot, scary at times, and a strictly routine Bigfoot horror. These elusive creatures are meant to be shy and avoid human contact. An estimated number is put at around 2,000 Bigfoots in the Pacific Northwest. Maybe even more. I mean, their habitat is perfect isolation away from mankind. You could hide an entire town in this vast wilderness and never find it. The perfect habitat for any creature wanting to remain elusive. Hollywood always depicts the unwary straying into their territory. If these creatures do exist, then the entire Pacific Northwest is their territory. A strange looking structure have been found around their territory. Some say it's a boundary marker, but built by these creatures. A scarecrow, if you like, to warn other Bigfoots to stay out of its territory, which is contradictory considering their small numbers. Others say they're hoaxes built by man to keep the legend alive. But in some instances, you need heavy machines to even budge some of their logs. So yeah, another mystery in the Bigfoot Chronicles. Number 8. Into the Grizzly Maze. For me, it's quite simply one of the best grizzly thrillers ever made. 2 estranged brothers unite and head out into the wilderness. They meet up with others, including the professional hunter Billy Bob Thornton, who warns them of a killer bear and the loose is no ordinary grizzly. He tells them the massive animal is now hunting them. It's not long before the bear finds them. And survival becomes the ultimate goal. Highly entertaining and a must-see for all creature feature fanatics. If lost in a place like this, a hungry grizzly could be tracking you from a few miles away. Believe it or not, it's working out a strategy to find the perfect time to strike. If you're unlucky enough to be tracked for days, you won't know a thing about it. until it's too late. Fortunately, these kind of incidents are very rare. Number 7. The Legend of Boggy Creek. One of the most famous Bigfoot stories depicting the Foot monster. A legendary creature said to inhabit bogs around the small remote town of Foot, a redneck community in Arkansas terrorised by this creature during the 70s. That era was the height of the Bigfoot mania, which the Legend of Boggy Creek immortalised. It was seen frequently and it even tried to break into people's houses. It did, however, put Foot well and truly onto the tourist trap guide, the Legend of Boggy Creek. It's a docu-based film related to the supposed true events of Boggy Creek. Again, the jury is still out as there's no concrete proof of its actual existence. Then again, try going to that small backwoods town and telling them that. Number 6. Night Claws. Yet another small backwoods town is terrorised by a bloodthirsty Bigfoot. In the beginning, the butler did it, as only a few believed in these creatures. The body count grew in this thriller. Maybe it wasn't the butler after all. They then discover they have a Sasquatch problem. An average Bigfoot, which does really stick in the mind if you've seen before. Number 5. The Revenant. It's not exactly a creature feature as it follows the exploits of a trapper in 1823, but the bear attack scene is the greatest ever filmed, which won Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar for Best Actor. Memorable stuff, and the film is well worth viewing. Even a lone experienced hunter is vulnerable to attacks in the wilderness. It's always advisable to travel in pairs or in groups which deters any predator. It's always safety in numbers. A predator will always be curious of a lone individual. Number 4. Sasquatch Hunters. Forest rangers escort anthropologists deep into the forest to collect unknown bone specimens. When they disturb a not-so-old strange burial ground, they start one by one being killed off by an entire tribe of angry Bigfoots. Sounds cheesy, but it works out for me in spite of the Bigfoot's final war charge. Seen worse, but this horror does linger in the back of the mind. Number 3. Sasquatch, the Legend of Bigfoot. Again made in the 70s, the height of the Bigfoot phenomenon. A docu-style film sees an expedition specially formed to venture far into the wilderness, to regions never before seen by white man in search of the legendary Sasquatch. Reaching unfamiliar territory, their camp is soon under attack from several Bigfoots. Very enjoyable scenic adventure, a fantasy excursion that many can only dream of. This is the perfect scenario expedition into the unknown. If you can't find a Bigfoot here, you'll never find one. The wildlife is awesome. breathtaking, unspoiled scenery too remote for man to destroy. Oh yes, not forgetting this guy. Number 2. Sasquatch Mountain. When bank robbers are chased by police into the deep forest, both parties are one by one picked off by a Sasquatch. The survivors have to team up and try and defeat this formidable creature. Lance Henriksen is back yet again, another Bigfooter, as he starred in Abominable. It has its moments. I've seen much worse, then again I've seen better. Number 1. Willow Creek. A man and his girlfriend are heading into the forest to prove Bigfoot exists. To document it, nothing new you might say concerning the plot, but it does however contain the most scariest nighttime tent scene ever. They start hearing strange rustling noises outside close to their canvas shelter. That moment when they realise whatever it is, it's slowly approaching the tent. It's now right outside. Both are terrified. Then suddenly, be careful what you look for. It just might find you. Other film posters of interest. This sighting. Revenge of Bigfoot. 60210, Valley of the Sasquatch. The Bloody Rage of Bigfoot. Brutal Bigfoot. The Creature from Black Lake was quite good. Cherokee Creek, not bad. Grizzly 2, American Bigfoot, no bad. Iron Ridge, pretty good. Grizzly Park, so-so. Big Legend, that's actually quite good. Claws, fully up to Grizzly. Thanks for watching. To see more videos, just click on to Neil Blatt or click on to this channel.